Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Faith. Today guys, I'll be checking out Douglas Murray's reparation concert on Piers Morgan, and they are saying that most of them are tired of this. If you guys are interested in this kind of video, please consider subscribing, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And without much ado, let's see what they have to say in this video.
The problem is we've forgotten how to be genuinely proud of our great countries, both America and the United Kingdom, two of the greatest countries in the world. It's almost like every day now, somebody somewhere, normally on the left, the woke left, is queuing up to find a reason to hate the countries and their histories.
That's true.
Well, it's a kind of grievance competition. Your guest earlier just tried to engage in it. I don't know what hurt she believes she's had from slavery. All of this was addressed 2 centuries ago. Everything has consequences. All history has consequences and ramifications. But, you know, if we were to play this fairly, we would at least look at all of the countries around the world that engaged in the slave trade who are simply not interested in any form of reparations. The Ottoman Empire, all the Arab countries who not just traded far more slaves than across the Atlantic, but castrated all the men so that there wouldn't be any more African slaves after them. They worked them to the bone. I see no interest across Africa in paying reparations for selling their brother and sister Africans into slavery or for working them to the bone to the present day. There is slavery across Africa today. In fact, there are more slaves in the world today than there were at the height of the transatlantic slave trade. So some of us are simply a bit bored of hearing people ripping at closed wounds and then crying about their hurt or their presumed hurt, because everybody could do this. 1 million Europeans were stolen by North Africans over the course of decades of the North African Barbary pirate slave trade. Where would you end if you did that? The answer is you couldn't end, because nobody is alive who has actually suffered the hurt, and nobody is alive who did the wrong. And I'd make one other point, if I may. It's always the countries that people want to come to who are put through this struggle session. Britain, like America and France, are the most desired destinations for migrants worldwide.
That's
and
true.
Have been for centuries.
Yes.
Why is that? It's not because we're racist, it's because we're better. It's because we're good. It's because when we see racism, we actually call it out and recognize it as a sin. Try finding that across Africa. Try finding that across the Middle East or in China. Nobody would hear. So what we have is a situation where the more virtuous countries are presented as the worst countries. It's sick, and most of us are tired of it.
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I totally agreed with what Douglas said in this video. I don't know why people who presume to be the lefties just come out just raving about reparations. I don't know why black people in Americans think that they need to have a reparation program. Like, it still baffles me every single time I hear about this thing, because this is the first time I'm actually hearing that in the Arab countries people were actually castrated. That is dehumanization of the highest order. Oh my gosh. And I even heard that after having them castrated, they can even go as far as burning them. And these people in America who are so privileged are just raving about reparation. Why are you guys so jobless? Why are you guys so entitled to be asking for reparation because other countries are being given reparations? I'm just so tired of this whole reparation issue that I've been hearing here and there. This is such a sad one.
It's sick, and most of us are tired of it.
Thank you, Douglas.
I am so sorry that Douglas is bored by the pain that has come from
That's not what he said.
Through slavery.
He didn't say. He didn't say. But what you're doing there, yeah. But hang on, Paula. Paula, you're being very disingenuous. That's not what he said.
I am.
And viewers aren't stupid. They know exactly what he said. He's not saying he's bored by the pain. He's saying, and I think it's a perfectly valid point, the pain that people who are alive today are claiming they're suffering for what happened 200 or 300 years is not a real pain. They're not the ones who suffered what was going on 200 or 300 years ago.
So, in terms of justice for all, I mean, I think we'd all agree that there
Well,
should
I'm
be
not
justice.
suffering from when the Normans
I think
invaded
we'd
this
all
country.
agree.
I'm not suffering from what my ancestors went through.
I noticed
Or
that
from
I'm
the-
not being allowed to respond.
Hang
I
on, or
noticed
from the
if
Romans.
there's-
In other words, where do you take this? I mean, should I now be
Well, I can
feeling
take it
pain
to
from what the
2015.
Romans did to this
In
country?
terms of slavery, I can take it to 2015 when the slave owners were compensated by the government. So I can take it to that extent.
where does your personal pain come?
And I can say to you, that I don't think that apologising is a bad thing. I think that apologising for a wrong is a good
Who is
thing.
gonna
I think that
apologise?
the Dutch royal family have done a fantastic thing in acknowledging
I think it'll
what has gone
Okay,
wrong
I hear you, but
in
look, I
society.
honestly think it'll make no difference at all.
At all. Oh my gosh, guys, like, who is actually going to apologize, and who are they going to apologize to? Why are people saying that they are suffering from the slaveries of the past? If your forefathers weren't brought to America, I bet you will not have the access to the kind of life that you have over there today. Because we here in Africa, we know the kind of life that we're going through. We know the kind of hardship that we're going through. One thing I'm going to say to all these people that are clamoring for reparation is that if your grandfather or your forefathers weren't brought to America or Europe, I bet you are not going to have the access to the kind of good life, or at least the kind of life that you have over there. Because over here in Africa, people are going through it daily, and they wish to be in the position that you are today. So I don't know who is going to apologize and who they are going to apologize to. That is the question that I'm still asking. Do you think they should apologize? And if they have to apologize, who is apologizing and who are they apologizing to? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section about this slavery reparation that is being demanded from, I don't know from who or to whom, but let me know more about it, because this is actually the first time I am hearing about this whole reparation thing. Although I have been seeing them online, but I've never paid enough attention to know what is going on. This was such a beautiful debate. I wish the video was longer, so I'm going to search for the longer version of this video to know how this interview went and all that good stuff. If you guys totally enjoyed watching, give this video a massive thumbs up, comment, share, and all that good stuff. And this is me officially signing out. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.